Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you are seeing me clearly. Let me know if you are hearing me clearly. If you're seeing that, alright, let me do that again. Good night, everyone. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 311. My apologies for being late. Yeah, man, I think I fixed that now, Matthew. I think that is the wrong microphone that I used initially. Zane, I'm running late. Zane, so I not even have my green screen up because we're not even prepared nothing for my green screen. So probably we just have to go work with the camera them tonight. You understand what I say? You know what thing go. Them look what things say. So yeah, that's the thing there right now. But I'm gonna go back to class. So, peace, big up on yourself. Again, my sincere apologies. For the people who are at work at this time on a Friday evening, I trust that your shift will end soon. You will get a chance to be home with your family shortly. For the people who are on the road, please stay safe, get home safely. For the people who are there home, ready for listen to teach about some things we have to jam down. Jam rock, Jamaica land we love. Land of food and water, you see in both Bob Marley, Shelley and Fraser Price, Elaine Thompson, Vibes Cartel, Portia Simpson Miller, Mavado, well, technically, but you understand? And some more people, Chris Tufton and Andrew Wallace and some vaccine thief and all of these things and some things and some I don't even know. Peeps, good night. We're there. But if I waste some time and run the intro and them something, I would just get the thing up and running night because night I come. Zane and thing. Let me phone out this and I need to pick it up and it over dead. You understand? Jaja. A million different things tonight. But what they are, peeps, the latest COVID numbers are for the past 20, and please share the stream, peeps. I realize that since even my notifications have not been going out, I did a video about my father's son earlier and about 3 somebody watch it. So I don't know what YouTube up to. And it don't look like no notification go out for the stream. So I don't know. But yeah, peeps, the latest COVID numbers are 604 new cases with 8 additional deaths. I remember one day throughout the week there were about 13 deaths. That is the highest single day total, if memory serves me correctly. Your phone is dying, green screen not up. I don't know, sister. There are a million things. And the phone they out there say, you know, you understand? Me I go for still, but me not ready yet. Zane? So just share the stream for me and I want to place them and I want to group them, I want to status them and them something there and thing. But you know, we're not too worried about numbers. I guess those will build over time as the stream goes by and them something there. So Jamaica on Thursday recorded 8 new COVID-19 deaths, pushing the tally to 519. Boy. Those who died, an 80-year-old woman from Hanover, a 55-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew, 74-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew, 81-year-old woman from Kingston and St. Andrew, 89-year-old woman, Kingston and St. Andrew, 71-year-old woman, Kingston and St. Andrew, 77-year-old woman, Kingston and St. Andrew, and 68-year-old woman, Kingston and St. Andrew. That's a lot of, it's all females, and of the 8, only one was not from Kingston and St. Andrew, and that was an 80-year-old woman from Hanover. So, boy, the dirty tough. That is basically what it is. The dirty, really tough. You understand? I'm going to post this because everybody out of case here dead. Scotty, move for answer. Sure. Give me a minute, that piece. Let me pin that message right there. So. See me? Alright. Let's close about that. And 4 other fatalities are being probed, pushing the figure to 63. So there are 62 deaths that are currently under investigation. Meanwhile, there were 604 new cases with ages ranging from 2 days to 96 years, pushing the total to 33,970 and 17,401 active cases. Of the new cases, 338 are men and 266 are women. Now, in the meantime, there were 195 more recoveries, increasing the recovered numbers to 15,810. Some 371 people are in hospital, with 48 being moderately ill, 28 being critically ill. 28 is still high for critically ill patients, and 3 persons are in government quarantine, while 22,905 are currently home. I don't know, Rasta. I don't know. And as I said, funny enough, 600 is probably one of the lower numbers throughout the week. I remember there was an 800 day or 2, and I don't even remember. Like, it is so easy to lose track of the numbers these days because they are just, upon a level and them kind of identical on any given day. Now, we know that vaccination started last Wednesday. I did a video, just to show highlights of the first day of vaccination. We spoke about it on Friday night, I think, again. And we see now where, and we discuss the situation the Prime Minister and the Health Minister not being in the first batch to be inoculated, as the word that they like to use. So there was 800 days in 1 week. There was turns out that the Minister of Health had his first dose today. We'll get to that in a few. The Prime Minister said that he will wait his turn. The man said, "I wait him turn." And Alkaline said, "I must learn from wait the man I wait him turn." So it's why I cheer back look so. Like, but I just the light I shine for this still. See it? I remember when the COVID situation became serious in the country and we were during the lockdown phase, there were reports that a number of PPEs and gloves and masks were stolen from, I think, the Kingston Public Hospital. Those were traced to a funeral home, if memory served me correctly, Brown's Funeral Home. I think somebody was arrested. I don't know what is the situation, read that, but I think some arrest was made. I know they found some of the stuff and thing. So it did not come as a surprise to me to learn that 1 vial of the AstraZeneca vaccine disappeared from the Cornwall Regional Hospital, and each vial has 10 doses in it. Now, there are many theories as to what might have happened to said vial. Said vial just feel vile and just self-destruct. Said vial was stolen and sold. My opinion is that some medical personnel at that location took said vial, took it home to vaccinate his or her family members. That is my best guess. I could be wrong. It could be somebody will take it and go sell it to. But my instincts are telling me that it is a medical practitioner who took it and saying, hey, my family now in a first batch or in second batch, a vaccine me thing there. I could be wrong. I just some dry it up, as Simo then said. You understand? I just let me dry it up. My face all dry. You see me? I say, so right now, our family bought a place vaccinated long time. It buffering bad. Who say something I buff about here? Vile, a vile my name, man. I mean just as a vile. Zane, one vial. But they free up the medical personnel. It's not me. It's not me just I say that's how me think it go. As I say I could be wrong. I know that I think 5 to 8 medical personnel were reassigned from said hospital. I don't know if they have been reassigned to a different section of the hospital or different. It a buffer. No, I like if it a buffer tonight is not my fault. I duly upgraded my internet over the course of the week and double or nothing with there, you know. You understand? So I don't know no problem. You know, me, man. I don't to come around here about buffer. You understand what I say? Like when it's a buffer zone. So I don't know. No need to fix on the internet on the phone on the computer and then something there. My computer not too good still, but say, yeah, every day no come around here, teach it, stream is buff. Fix on the internet, man. Watch stream on the internet not good. You understand? Yeah. So at that me a surmise. Why? Father Stuart or Empress Stuart, I'm not sure. I don't know what is the situation, my friend. Probably a need for close the stream and open it back and then something there. Reset the modem like. I don't know. It could be my side, same way, and I'm just giving some trouble. But I really and truly upgraded my internet during the course of the week, and it is double what it was before. So I don't know. Because I'm tired of when I complain and my ears about stream a buffer. I don't know who said no. Must see people on my teeth if vial. 10 doses of COVID vaccine missing from the Cornwall Regional Hospital. As me say, me not prepare no background, nothing. Zane. At 1080p, me streaming a silver day, so up the thing, brother. What kind of 780? Yeah, talk about it. Eh? Mother sell you two out of it too. Thank you, I deal with. So now, Regional Director of the Western Regional Health Authority, Errol Green, supposed to have but my green screen up still. Errol Green has reported that one vial with 10 doses of the COVID vaccine has disappeared from the Cornwall Regional Hospital in St. James. Green said that checks were made to determine if the vial was stolen or misplaced. On March 8th, Jamaica received its first 50,000 doses of vaccines donated by the government of India, and on Monday received 14,400 doses under the COVAX facility. So the country started administering the vaccines on March 10, exactly 1 year after the first case of the virus was confirmed in the island. So Jamaica, like many other developing countries, joined the COVAX facility as part of a strategic approach to ensure access to safe vaccines at a reduced cost. Through the facility, Jamaica has been able to negotiate a dosage price of US $10.55, reduced from the going average price of $35. That's what you know I said. This price is negotiated for 16% of the population and represents phase 1 of Jamaica's vaccination rollout plan, the Health Minister, Dr. Tufton, said. Speaking about the Health Minister, he has said that, you know, the vial that is missing is you know, there is an overreaction. I don't know if the Health Minister say we know say Jamaican people thief. I don't know if it's that is why he must say. So we shouldn't surprise say a man thief a vial or a woman. It's not that him saying now. I don't know if it's that him a try to say. But the man says he kind of we are blow it out of proportion. Zane, and as I say, I was never surprised in the least because I remember fully the situation down at KPH with the missing PPEs and gloves and masks we find them a funeral home. So the tough is right it's Jamaica to rotted like. Vaccine audit on the way. Me hear say them delayed. Like it's hard to keep track of all of them articles here and development sometime, So an audit is on the way into the rollout of the AstraZeneca vaccine, which met with challenges in the first 2 days, with some persons not slated to receive the jab were thrust to the front of the line to be inoculated. So make a talk about that before I move forward. You see? Now, you can't wait to speak. I wish camera me attack. You can't wait to space in a line. Everything want cut line, food a share, want cut line, dance a going, want cut line on the bank, want cut line. Vaccine, cut line for brother. So yeah, some people who ain't scheduled to get the vaccine last week, I get to understand. And because them have big surname, they get vaccine line. Then cut the line run on one part, run on one place. And some people will not forget it yet get it. You understand? So me and the Prime Minister one at a time said there will be strict guidelines as it relates to the dispensation of the vaccine, and anybody who is caught circumventing those protocols will be dealt with forthwith. But what they say, you understand? Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Dunstan Bryan, told us Joint Select Committee of Parliament discussing issues related. I made a watch that's something, to COVID-19 on Tuesday that fewer than 100 persons outside of the priority group had been inoculated. 100 people is a lot of people, You understand? No, Dr. Tufton said that an audit has been pre-planned for the vaccination drive and had not necessarily been activated to determine deviant behavior, even though that may turn up, but to also improve the efficiency of the program. You understand? Long story short, you have some man a cut line. You understand? Some politician people may say a cut line and thing. And some people me hear about. Me not call nobody name, But me say some man when in a plan from day one, you understand, cut the line. But you have some people about here say, vaccine a kill people and them not take the vaccine, and man about here cut the line to take vaccine. I suppose there will always be both sides of the divide, innit? Why? Yo, Jaja. Speaking about COVID-19, same way. A Jamaica Labour Party councillor from Portland died of COVID-19 related complications. His name is Deron Wood. So the ruling Jamaica Labour Party has been plunged into mourning as another councillor, Deron Wood of the Fairy Hill Division in Portland Eastern, died from complications brought on by COVID-19. Wood reportedly passed away at the University Hospital of the West Indies after being admitted there. Well, the previous evening, I suppose. So Wood was first rushed to the Port Antonio Hospital on Wednesday afternoon after falling ill and was later transferred to UWI. Wood reportedly received his first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine last week, just days before testing positive for the COVID-19 virus. His passing comes as a shock to just about everyone, said Paul Thompson, mayor of Port Antonio and close friend of the deceased. Zane, long story short, but in last October, councillor for the Fellowship Division, Erwin Brown, died at the University Hospital from COVID-19 complication. And things that are two Jamaica Labour Party councillors would have from Portland Eastern would have died as a result of COVID-19 complications. But you see, the situation Silver D said no COVID. Then brother is at me write the article. It's just I read it. You understand? The articles the article say, and let me take the opportunity to express my sincere and deepest sympathies to Mr. Wood's family and friends. Silver, it says here, Wood reportedly received his first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine last week, just days before he tested positive. So could he have been infected before the vaccine was administered to him? Interesting. Jaja. Died though he got the shot. That I go on somewhere because what me I try to figure out now is could he have been positive when the shot was administered to him? And they never pick it up. Because he could have even been asymptomatic at the time too, you know. Interesting. It would be nice to see or to get a medical expert's opinion on the situation as to what may have transpired. They said he wasn't. They who level 100. Because a lot of people say a lot of things sometimes, and a lot of people not always know a lot of things. So, you know what thing go. Interesting. Could the shot kill him faster? Again, I am not in any position to affirm or discredit that notion. I could not say. So you're not vaccinated until the second dose? Is it it's a question mark. I think it's a 2-dose thing, you know, Xavier. So dose 1 and dose 2. So I don't know. He was also diabetic. So he had pre-comorbidities. Jaja. I'm going to run go Cuba, go get for them one. No, Herbert, I think the question that he's asking, you know, if somebody is not considered fully vaccinated until they do the 2 doses, you understand? So apparently 1 dose won't suffice. So I guess that was a question that was being asked. Okay, level 100. Now say a word. Alright. Yes, Sizzler, me kind of do the maths, you know. You know what thing go. Most of these tests not accurate. First, he said he didn't have COVID, then the second test positive. Hey, but you can do 1 test this morning, Peter, and the negative, and 1 tonight, and the positive, you know. So I suppose there is that as well. I don't know, answer. It's these things just kind of leave more questions and answers sometimes. You see me? It's just that. And thing. Jaja. You have the stream clean one more time. Lighting up. Give thanks to the broski. You understand? The green screen up on the ground down there, so I say, I ain't do nothing to put you up. But do what you go. Alright. Another high profile politician has contracted the virus. That is Juliet Cuthbert Flynn. So State Minister in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, has tested positive for COVID-19. So the State Minister made a disclosure on Twitter during the week, noting that her duties as a Member of Parliament for St. Andrew West Rural has been hampered. She proceeded to say that, Peter, hold on there. Is you lost a family member, my friend? Because I know Mr. DeAndre say condolences and me here say thanks a Kieran. It's what go on. The rapid test is not 100% accurate. Fair enough, Sir Fabian. I can appreciate that. I definitely can. Your aunt. COVID-19 related or other causes? Whichever though, I am so sorry to hear that. And my deepest sympathies goes out to you and the family. Really and truly sorry for you that. Teach is school fee to be paid on the Patron link. You can't do that, you're not Empress, Shirley. But also you have the link at the top of the comment there, so pin comment where you can contribute to. But me no mind you go over Patreon still. Me like when people go over Patreon. You know, I'm a place. Me have a one room over there. Self-contained bedroom apartment like. One place there. But apparently Juliet has not been, experiencing any severe symptoms. I trust that her recovery will be speedy and such. I know that politicians, inclusive of members of parliaments, senators, I think some councillors as well, who are 65 years old and older, were on the list for vaccination in the week. I think 70 and over people also started this week. So I guess I don't know. Really don't know, Rasta. Councillors too. Yeah. So the health minister, as I told you earlier, took his vaccine today, his first dose. I have the pictures and stuff, but as I said, no green screen, so you know I think go. Tufton encourages Jamaicans to get vaccinated after taking his first shot. So Health and Wellness Minister, Doctor, I have a lot of things to talk about, so I don't see it. I don't see the pin comment up at. Oh, is the Patreon comment? I Patreon comment me pin. I mean pin the wrong comment. I mean pin the wrong link. Alright. I pin the right link now. My apology. Oh, that's why you asked if I over Patreon if I go. I never see smoke without fire about it, you know. I have a lot of things to talk about today. So I leave a whole on a topic too tough. You know where Mats go. Alright, Empress Cheryl, I think it's supposed to change soon and very soon. You are going to see the change. Just look out for it. Let me refresh this answer. Oh, it changed. Alright. Yes, Rasta. Ronald, blessings in the family. Give thanks. Let me close back this now. So, Tufton sought to inject confidence into Jamaica's COVID-19 vaccination campaign when he got his shot at the Spanish Town Hospital in St. Catherine this afternoon. Tufton argued that the government has been diligent in accessing safe and effective vaccines to inoculate Jamaicans. This while many European countries have suspended the use of AstraZeneca, as there has been some unconfirmed links between the use of the AstraZeneca and blood clots. So I saw an article, I never read it, but the gist of it is that the WHO is saying that they have all confidence in the AstraZeneca vaccine and countries still go ahead and use it. Zane, blessings open. Your ex-mine. Give thanks. You see me? But make we finish up that something here now. He's urging citizens to join the line and take the vaccine as he says it will help with the country's recovery. I am happy that my time has come to take the vaccine. I am happy that many Jamaicans are getting the same opportunity. I want to encourage all Jamaicans to take the vaccine. As a part of the COVID-19 response, we have taken the decision around choice of vaccine, which are WHO approved, Tufton said, shortly after getting his first dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. And so on and so forth and thing. So let's see if the health minister will have any adverse reactions. I hope not in all seriousness. But yeah. So that is a little overview of the COVID situation presently. Why don't you monetize a live? Because YouTube take it away. You understand? And true say is that me really run YouTube, my friend, is them. So they remove that possibility First thing, I wasn't supposed to have it on from the beginning, so they remove it. But there are still ways to contribute. Damian White and Shirley, thanks for the contribution. So Empress Tamala, if you look at the top of the comment, there's a pinned comment there. If you click on that link, it gives you the possibility of contributing to the stream. It is not exactly super chat, but it works. Yes, and yeah, man. So, but that go on. All right. St. James most wanted man nabbed. I saw no pictures. I never get the chance to go search for any pictures. And Miss Smith, I think is the first time I'm seeing the name. If you're here for the first time, no, the stream wasn't demonetized. The stream, the super chat was just removed. And as I said, super chat is not something that is available in Jamaica officially. It is just I went around YouTube systems and policies, which is not right, and enable it. And for some whatever reasons, they disable it recently, a few months ago. But the world keeps turning here, man. I don't really dwell upon them something. It never did for on in the first place. Yes, and there I got a good run, and hopefully it becomes official in Jamaica one of them time, and we benefit again. Zane and thing. Thing is that like the way to contribute now, the truth is I earn more from each contribution anyway. So I not sweat it. You understand? Yeah, man. I know say viewers like to say, you know what I mean? Them name pop up around one part of one place there and stay up there. Yeah, I know then it's a nice vibe, but yeah, so what it is. Zane, we have Patron, we have PayPal, we have Stream Elements, we have the merch store, many different ways. You understand? Alright. So I said I didn't get to search for so you asked about VPN. Nah man, it can't turn it's disabled and disabled from the channel, brother. Trust me. I have tried to figure it out and no VPN, not changing location, no nothing. You understand? It's just a channel. I think it just got caught up in when whomever reported Cookie Mama's account, and apparently YouTube in their investigation around that decided to remove it from the channel as well. I suppose it may have been a reported matter too. I don't know. As I said, I don't really dwell upon it. Like, we still keep moving. You understand? But it was in the time when Cookie Mama's account was reported by whomever I couldn't tell you that they disabled the super chat on the channel. But me give thanks still, because I said I was not supposed to have it on in the first place. So me can put up my hand and say, yo, you understand? Yeah man, Western Union, the MoneyGram thing rough rasta. Especially MoneyGram when me got. Like, peak out, molasses man a cold winters night. Slow like, yeah, watch paint dry. But if I have MoneyGram, me go still in about. Me don't love it. I tell you the truth. You do all 10 transactions in Western Union before you get through with one of MoneyGram. And you know, gram part of MoneyGram, like money granny. So I don't know what. Make a move on. Get a groove on. It's night to come. So I said I did not get a chance to source a picture of said man here. Probably I will, probably tomorrow one of them time. And thing. Boy, if you know, I couldn't tell you in a broski. I couldn't tell if you tell you the truth. I don't even know. And thing. Can I come give me Sizzler? Directly, I think could be Western Union. I need to set up the cash app thing properly because many people ask for that, but I never get around to that yet, so I don't know. Yeah. But the rest of them work. You know, eventually the money come to me somewhere along the way. You understand? Yeah. A man who was wanted by the St. James police in connection with several murders and shootings in the volatile Norwood community was apprehended during a joint police military operation yesterday. He was reportedly found hiding in a house as the security forces searched homes and cars in the community. This individual has been creating mayhem and terror within the Norwood space, and so far he has been linked to over 6 murders. A cop who took part in the operation said. It is safe to say that this man is one of the most wanted crime figures in the parish of St. James, and he has been behind a string of murders from as way back as last year. The lawman added 6 murders. The cops said that some 15 persons had been killed in Norwood since the latter part of last year, and that the man held yesterday was fingered in several of the killings. Interesting. Despite the fact that we have not had a murder in Norwood over the past week, investigations have linked several men from the Norwood community to a number of crimes in other parts of the parish. We are here to make a clean sweep of the area in search of wanted men and illegal weapons, the policeman added. So the man is the prime suspect in the murder of a juice distributor who was killed in the community last year on the 24th of December. Boxing Day, that you know, not Boxing Day. Christmas Eve, that you know, Grand Market. The shooting deaths of a 25-year-old entertainer, Damian Coleman, and 28-year-old Odean Satahu along the Flankers Main Road. The subsequent murder of a 26-year-old student nurse, Fabian Wilson, and the most recent incident in which he has been fingered is a January incident where armed men went on a shooting spree in the community, killing 3 men and injuring 2 others, including a teenage boy and a female. Those killed during the attack, that attack was identified as 20-year-old Nicarda Daly, otherwise called Nick, 47-year-old Donovan Reed, otherwise called Dummy, and 50-year-old Aubrey Brown. Now, since the start of the year, 38 persons have been murdered in St. James, and 138, which is a 138% increase when compared to the 16 for the corresponding period last year. So the person's name has not been revealed, but he has been fingered in a number of murders. So we'll see how this develops, and let's see if the police have enough evidence to build a substantial case. And let's see. Yes, Rasta Judge. I need some water. Oh, and I need my phone. But I'll get them eventually. Phone is probably dead. Teach what you mean by... So the article, so them finger him, like, point him out like, I don't know, sir. It's not me write the article. The article say he was fingered in the murders. You understand? So I couldn't tell you. On many occasions in recent months, we have spoken about the decay, the moral decay that has been taking place within the ranks of the Jamaica Defence Force. Me know Herbert, man. Me know, you know, as a problem silver day again, man. I know exactly what it means, man. Yes, as we have spoke, as there has been a number of developments surrounding the army, whether upper camp or military personnel at them yard on the road somewhere, we have seen a serious decay of the moral fabric of the Jamaica Defence Force. One of the latest developments is that there has been reports that senior members of the military has been targeting young trainees and have started sexual relations with them in an attempt to get them promoted or what have you, and all sort of something, when based on the codes and regulations within the military that is not supposed to happen. I saw where one of the senior persons accused in the recent development resigned. The victim was also reprimanded. I think she was made to spend some time in military jail and something. The latest development, we've seen where soldiers have been found in situations where they have done some things that, you know, soldiers back in the days never used to do. You see? So, you know, 2 soldiers accused of raping JDF trainee charged. The police are reporting that two Jamaica Defense Force privates have been charged with with breaches of the Sexual Offences Act following an incident with a trainee at the JDF headquarters at Up Park Camp on Thursday, the 11th of March. Sean as a teacher him sound like a preacher mixed with a CVM broadcaster. That funny. Big up yourself, Empress. Give thanks. See it? So now, the accused are a 22-year-old private of a St. Mary address and a 19-year-old private from St. Catherine. So one of the privates have been charged with rape, grievous sexual assault, and robbery with aggravation, while the other is facing charges of aiding and abetting rape, grievous sexual assault, and robbery with aggravation. Yes, sir. Reports are that about 8:30 p.m. on the 11th of March, the complainant, a JDF trainee, along with a male companion, were at an abandoned building when the soldiers entered. It is alleged that both soldiers demanded money from the complainant and her companion and subsequently sent the male companion to get the cash. It is further alleged that one of the privates had sexual intercourse with the woman against her will and forced her to carry out other sexual acts while the other private kept watch. The police said the matter was reported to the Constabulary Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse on March 12th. The soldiers were charged on Thursday, March 18th. That was a long time. They are to appear in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Monday, March 29th. Yo! Jaja. Yeah, that is the name of the agency, Sizzler, SISOCA, the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse. Ah, boy. The military. Huh. Well, that's a fair point in a Samba. I suppose it's a reflection of the wider society. But you then want to think, no man, they were not charged with child abuse, man. That's just the name of the agency. You'd want to think though, Samba, that with the level of discipline that you normally associate with the military, that it would be one of the few institutions that would still be shielded from the ravages of the wider society. I mean, even though the military is made up from people from the wider society, I'm just saying that based on the ethics and the codes and the discipline normally associated with the military, you would hope against all hope that it would still be one of the institutions that would be trying to maintain a certain level of decorum and standards. Kev is making a very good point. Kev is saying as long as humans are involved. Can't disagree with that. Nigel Armstrong, thanks for the contribution, my brother. Really and truly appreciate it. Hope you and the family are okay as well. Kev, point well taken, my brother. But I hope you understand the point of me I try and make too. You understand? And I guess it's still because I have had such an affinity for the military down the years. For the people who are probably new to the channel, they probably wouldn't know that if I was not an educator, I would be a military man. That would be the institution that I think my skill set and my mentality would best serve. But I guess that was not my destiny, I suppose. So it never happened. But I grew up admiring the military. And I don't even know how come I never got enlisted. I guess it just, as I said, wasn't my destiny. But I have always had a love for the military. So, I have always seen the military as, a bastion of values and morals and discipline. You see me? But that has been eroded significantly down the years, as somebody saying at the stream, the military has been watered down. You see me? Jaja. And I suppose that, even though the youngins them, them want something to do, it is probably the inflow of, these very young kids to try and bolster the numbers, especially when the SOEs were in their prime, that might have been the final straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. Lucy, King, good night, Empress, yeah man, blessings and thanks for the continued support. Jaro, what you deal with? But I don't know what going up. I don't know what kind of water them a drink about. And you look police-ish to, teach. Well, I don't know what police part I think, but the military, I think, as I said, would be the institution that would have been best place to utilize my skill sets and my mentality and beliefs and the things that I stand for. And the police on a level, yes, but I don't know about that. I don't do Rasta. So, yeah. I am very disappointed in what is happening with the military. I have been looking on for a long time and it keeps getting worse. Zane, it yeah man. Yeah, so me I get for understand in a Teta. I have seen some things before, so I don't know. No teach, it's all about leadership. We cannot talk about how the privates behave. I'm not sure me get the last part of that, Ronald. Probably rephrase it and let me see if anyone make you understand come across a little clearer still so we can respond accordingly. See? And thing. So I don't know. So I could watch this and say apparently the female reported the incident the following day. Boy. No proper antecedent is being done on soldiers and police recruiting these days. Sir Azad, that is probably true, and as I'm saying, you see, because the turnover rate is apparently high, and based on the crime situation and wanting boots on the ground, the recruitment has probably the recruitment process, the standards that used to be there probably 2 decades ago have probably been lowered. And as such, some people are fall through the sieve. You see me? Sad still. Sad. 11 men arrested in Trelawney. Guns and ammunition seized. Normally, me give you a breakdown of all of the guns and what them find. But I did that video earlier today. Saying more guns have been found since me do the video. But now spend no time on that tonight. Go watch the video. You understand? A portion of gun between Monday and yesterday. And then find a couple more since today. And then find some ammunition somewhere in St. Andrew. And I don't know. Good night, Miss Thompson. How are you? The recruiting standard has been lowered for the sake of boots and numbers on the ground. So, detectives assigned to the Trelawney Division seized 2 firearms and arrested 11 men following a targeted raid in the D-side district of Falmouth on Thursday. So, the police report that between 5:15 a.m. and 11:14 a.m., during the search of several premises, a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with 9 9mm rounds and an Intratec submachine gun with 2 magazines were found. Additionally, $180,000, 6 cell phones, 2 notebooks, and 290 lead sheets with identity information of United States residents were found and seized. The men's identities are being withheld pending further investigation. Ah, boy. Jaja. So as I say, I did the gun roundup video. I probably need to start with that per week. Because the truth is that, despite the challenges, the JCF, you have members in the JCF who continue to do the do and continue to try as best as possible to put a dent in the crime wave. I know it is like, what a brother the name, Sisyphus. What name? Where I push the rock up the hill for eternity. Like, you probably feel like that. You understand? I don't know. So big up to the police them and the military personnel who have been finding these weapons. The truth is that for every weapon that comes off the street, 5 more is put back on the street by these people who are hell-bent on destroying this country. Teach every institution I know the standard and principle has dropped. Boy, Miss Veronica, I wish I couldn't disagree with the statement, but I can't. You are absolutely correct. Clip say, where do they store the guns found in Jamaica over the last 10 years? I cannot say specifically. I have no knowledge of that. I was saying to myself the other day, I'm starting to do some serious investigative journalism and build some of them video there. Find out them things there, what them do with the guns them. I mean, if the weapon is believed to have been in a crime, I guess they will hold it for the duration of the trial until all means of appeals are exasperated. Alright, read music, well, I guess, maybe. English teacher them talk to me. You understand? I want next word me a search for, Exhausted. Bombat. Yo. I think they're destroyed eventually, Kev. I think, but I cannot specifically state. As I say, I open at the future when I have more time on my hand that I can do some of them work there and get into, yeah, man, exhausted level 100. Aye, sir. More that you feel like you know some word, they are destroyed at a melting plant, guns and ammo. Alright. Like, me think me have that general idea there, not general, but say me not too sure for the top of my head still. So we're not too talk on the things that we're not too sure about. Like, but give thanks, man, and it's good to see you in the stream, broski. Yeah, man. Yes, guys, it's exhausted. Senior officer in the army asleep with lower rank soldiers. What do you expect? Then everybody lose respect for the senior officers and leaders. Valid point. After the appeals have been done, they have been destroyed. Blessings, Sir Herbert. What me they want to do is a video, detailing the local process there. And even probably get some footage one day of the destruction process and them something. Because some people don't believe in it. Some people say them guns they come back on the streets and things. Because people stay still. You see me? And thing. But alright. So peeps, I mean, many of you have been following the situation with young Kaelan, who was attacked and stabbed mercilessly by, some females one of them time around one party, around one place. So 3 women who had been jailed on assault charges in relation to the near-death beating of the 17-year-old have now been offered bail. They are being represented by none other than Petrojam, Timoni Williams, Nadine Aldridge, and Shakina McLeod were granted bail in the sum of $850,000 when they appeared before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court today. Their 2 co-accused, Chrisan Lewis and Yolande Vassell, were granted bail in January. Now in court, the judge said Williams, Aldridge, and McLeod, who are all originally from Grantspen in St. Andrew, should report to the police daily. However, they must stay at addresses outside of the parish of Kingston and St. Andrew. Now, lead attorney Petrojam QC submitted that the allegations did not reveal that Williams was involved in the attack. on Kaylan. Instead, he said the allegations claim that she engaged in a physical altercation with another woman who was attempting to join the fight in which Kaylan was hurt. Champagny also said the evidence did not reveal any direct threats to Kaylan's relatives, but that there was only hearsay. Aldridge is being represented by attorney Samoy Campbell and McLeod by Shamar Hanson. The matter is set for mention on June 16th. If the prosecution's case file is completed for a committal hearing, well, a committal hearing could be determined. I heard an interview with Kaylan's mother, having heard the news that the accused were granted bail. She's saying that the AC is drying out my forehead. I need a moisturizer, an oil-free moisturizer. I think I ordered one already, but it didn't reach her yet. You understand? Something from Neutrogena. Hopefully it work like, yeah, see, my forehead look like some people foot back, heel back like. Not that, but alright. She was, besides herself, she's saying that her daughter is still not able to breathe on her own. She's still on a ventilator. Medical bills are racking up. When is her daughter going to get a chance to go home, and these women are going home? Who is helping to foot the medical cost? And like, I listened to it and I was a little bit, what do I have to do? Coconut oil. Coconut oil with light in your face in front of the camera. I don't think that I go walk out so well in the family. You understand what I say? And thing. Ask Kerry for one. Kerry not there. I don't know where she is. I don't see her for a night. And thing. You understand? Look like Kerry is on a rendezvous. No, sister fan. We don't have things, We don't have things. You understand? The only little thing that kind of bother me is my sinuses. You understand? But we don't have things. We don't have them things there. It's just that the AC is sitting in the studio for hours at a time sometimes. Kind of, dry your lip them and dry your forehead like and them places. It's just that go on. And I mean, I really and truly felt the pain of the mother in the questions that she was asking. I understand how the justice system works, and constitutionally people are entitled to bail if they meet said criteria. But then to know that those persons who are suspected to have put your child on a ventilator for months now, they are going home to sleep in a them own bed. Well, not technically their own home because them can't go grand spend, but them are sleep in a good bed. You understand? Them have certain level of freedom that your child don't have. That must be hard. That must be a hard pill to swallow. You understand? Jaja. Yeah, man, that must be a hard pill to swallow. Blah, blah, blah. Run out to try to sneeze. Oh, boy. Alright, so I'm going to get into some things where go and cross a place these days, yeah, sir. Father Richard, where are the family? I know what things set up, man. I know what things set up. But gotta find the time for reaching at the thing, Is the dogs are talking about teachers checking, dog on Canada. No, we're not talking about the dogs them right now. Speaking about Canada dog business. Big up to Rex and Bruno and Bringle and them dog that were touch road, they take on the streets. And you understand what I say? A cold part of the place there now. But here we go. No, I'm not playing a rugby, brother. No man run and lick up in me like, you must be mad, brother. You're mad. Football thing, man. Other than that, no, rugby. Man run up, I come lick up in my body like a truck, bro. You must be mad, yeah, man. You know how much man me see broke up and there sitting there. No. I was reading an article where a US veterinarian was charged for child porn and sexual abuse in dogs. I want to say, and you know, as me I say, big up to Rex them and it gang them, it gang way. You know, a dog them, I might dog them, because everywhere me they dog them find me, and the dog them have to live. You understand? But say, the US thing they kind of throw me out, because me as a vet, depend sexual assault charge with dogs. And me I say, you know, easy with the US thing. Canada dog them thing. The US thing not safe. They right now, you can't send Rex them and Bruno them and Max them and them people. They fluffy them in a them situation there. You understand? The article was published in one paper, but I think of the cleaner. You understand? With one brother, him a hold two little puppy. God bless them two little puppy their soul. Boy, mankind cool. So he was charged for child porn, and may I try to find the article and talk about it Sunday like. And sexual assaulting of dogs. So I mean, no want the dog them do road still, but watch the US thing there, cause it don't look safe. Canada thing there. Big up all like Canadians them where remember when you used to look down upon the mongrel them and go on like them and nobody too. And no for no one go find and can't go and the dog them out and stunting. Rover and Rex and Max and you understand what I say? Yeah man. Now that me just tell you know, sexually assaulted dog wouldn't hear yo. That's what I like talk to you know. Me tell Tess something and Tess ask me the same thing over and over. Me tell Tess. You understand? Say, alright, man charged RGED with child porn and sexually assaulting dogs. See me can find. See there right front and center. Watch ya. As me say one local paper report, but me I read it out of the Miami Herald. See man here? You understand? We then two look puppy, God bless the two look puppy then soul. When I see him, I'm going to try to put him on this camera, because he light not so bad over here. So. Boom, go over here, so brother. I'm on a dog runner, so my dog then, you understand? See brother here, with the tool, Rex and I don't know the next one name. You understand? Peaches. The Aventura veterinarian was arrested on Tuesday on allegations he possessed a trove of child pornography and also sexually abuses dogs. Federal agents took Prentice Madden, 40-year-old, into custody and charged of possession of child porn, receipt of child porn, and animal abuse. Madden is the medical director of the Caring Hands Animal Hospital in Aventura. He's been held at Miami's Federal Detention Center. So on Wednesday, during the first court appearance, a judge ordered he be held until at least Friday, when another hearing will be held to determine whether he can be released to await trial. Now on Tuesday afternoon, the hospital's website still listed him as the medical director. His profile was taken down after news of the arrest broke. On Wednesday morning, the hospital said in a statement that it fired Madden 2 weeks ago after it learned he was under investigations for these heinous and unthinkable crimes. Our legal team and every single member of the Caring Hands family will be doing everything in our powers. Blah, blah, blah. Let me see if I can find out. Now, according to a criminal complaint unsealed on Wednesday, the investigation began when authorities received cyber trip from Dropbox, the file sharing web service, that a user had received over 1,600 files of suspected child porn. Agents traced the files to Madden's home. Now, agents from the U.S. Homeland Security Investigations raided his home on February 24, seizing phones and a computer according to the complaint. Agents found private social media chats with other users in which Madden is believed to have discussed the sexual abuse of animals and children. In one chat, someone believed to be Madden also brags about a sexual relationship with a 15-year-old boy from Orlando. The complainant also alleges that Madden had on his phone multiple photos and videos of images depicting bestiality files that were digitally coded and having been taken at his home. In his chat, Madden shared the graphic images and admits in detail to having sex with and abusing dogs. So I'm not going no further. What I say still? Canada. US thing not too safe. Right now. You know look safe. So me just make you know. So if you not plan to ship out to the Canada, me I beg you for your dog then sake. Cause mankind big up to the dog them bought the place where I live up. Living it up. You understand? They know say one day on the day they come. You know much kick on a stone, you know. And run, you know. But get and move. Right you know. As some bad suit me see dog them in about the place. So they don't even know. You understand? All of what's on TV way bigger than for me. You see me? Why them ship the dog them to Canada? These dogs were like stray dogs or dogs that have been abused and they were in a animal shelter, and some Canadians through collaboration with the animal home that the dogs were decided to adopt the dogs. And these dogs are seen as very adoptable because they don't grow too big, them easy to maintain, and them very friendly. You understand what I say? So, the dog them a win right now. You understand? Big up Rex them. My dogs them have to live. Pow! My dogs them have to live. Nobody asks me to sing the rest of the song. I don't know it. You understand? Yeah, man. Just know say dogs them have to live. Gunmen rob supermarket in St. Thomas. Manhunt has been launched. But you know some people love them dog in a way. You understand? That is the truth still. But you have many people around the world who adopts orphans too. So we can't say like, yeah, I mean, that now go on. But me get what you say still. But dogs them have to live to Rasta. You know some people love them dogs. Love them some dogs. Not me on a level still, but you know dog have them place. Not in my place, but them place. You understand? You know some Jamaican dog named Rex and Bruno and Peaches and Bringle and Fluffy and Rough. And then sitting there. Yeah, man. The St. Thomas police have launched a manhunt for a gunman who robbed a supermarket in Seaford. A portion of the loot was recovered and the motor car seized. So the police report that about 2 p.m. on Thursday, men posing as customers entered any money superette. That is what I say. Any money superette along Main Street in Seaford and then brandish guns. They then held up employees at gunpoint and robbed them of an undetermined sum of cash. The men then escaped in an awaiting vehicle. Something wrong with that. Well, maybe not. The police were alerted and the car was intercepted in the neighboring community of Soho. I didn't even know so one place about the name. So the gunman reportedly opened fire at the cops who returned the fire. The car with the men aboard sped off and was chased by the police. The getaway car later ran off the road and crashed, with the men escaping on foot in the bushes. Nearby bushes. The police say the abandoned car was searched and more than $200,000 in cash recovered. Boy. 13 arrested, 2 charged in St. Thomas anti-gang operation. We still the St. Thomas, we still the East. 2 men were arrested and charged during an anti-gang operation by the police in St. Thomas. Charged are 19-year-old Leroy Farquharson, otherwise called Sloaney, and Joewin well, Joe Wine James. The man name is spelled Joine. Joe Wine. Joe Wine James. 28, both of 11 miles, Bull Bay in the parish. They are charged with illegal possession of ammunition and illegal possession of firearm. So the police say during the operation, they recovered a Browning Beretta 9mm pistol along with 5 9mm rounds of ammunition. The police report that on Monday, a joint team consisting of members of the JCF Specialized Operations and the Jamaica Defense Force conducted a mission-driven operation in the Lane Gate community of 11 miles Bull Bay. Now, operating on credible intelligence, the security forces went into the community aiming to disrupt the activities of members of both of the Lane Gate faction and the Tankwell gang. Lane Gate gang and Tankwell gang. Now, according to the police, it is understood that the two rival gangs have been engaged in violent confrontations recently and were planning to commit several violent crimes in the coming days. Now, during the early morning operation, the security forces searched several premises and interviewed more than 20 individuals. At the end of the operation, 13 persons were taken into custody. 5 men were held on reasonable suspicion of committing a crime, including 2 persons for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Meanwhile, the police are appealing to Zani Peterkin, otherwise called Zaza, and Nestor Morrison, otherwise called Bigger or Grimy Boss. I could have why them call him Grimy Boss. To visit the Specialized Operations Branch, as it is believed they can be of assistance in the investigations of several major crimes in the St. Thomas Division. Grimy Boss. Grimy Boss. Wanna don't move. Give me like 5 seconds.
What we do here is go back.
Yo, man, a stream element in farmer. No, man, when you do the contribution, you can. There's an option there where you don't have to put in a name. So you come up as anonymous. Yo. Thanks, guys, for being patient. But I forgot for my phone line. You understand? Auntie. You see me? So I did this video again. As I told you Friday night that I have started to, kind of go back in the days when I used to upload very regularly. I have been uploading at least once or twice per day, depending on what is available and thing. So I kind of get back in that little groove there. So much so that the Mavada video didn't send out a notification or the stream because I would have uploaded twice before. YouTube normally send out notification for 2 to 3 videos per day. Many people don't know that still, but yeah. So I have to check your channel them and name something. No, I did this video earlier in the week thanks to 876 Bro God for some of the resources. Big up yourself, fam. where a guest house, a very opulent guest house. Soldier Ricky, speak up yourself, bro. I need to link you from the other day to find out how the recovery will come on, but bruh, sometimes I just not remember the thing. So I hope the recovery process is coming on, and I mean in a timely manner, and yes, you're ready to take on the road again. So a guest house, the clock tower guest house in Discovery Bay, St. Anne, very, very opulent, very beautiful guest house, was raided by cops in the wee hours of one of them morning there, and a total of 39 occupants of the building were detained by the police. I glimpsed an article earlier where it says 32 to 36 of the 39 has been processed and released. So I think they have held on to at least 3. They're saying that 2 of the people that were held were wanted in connection to murder investigations, one of them being a popular disc jockey from Steertown. From Steertown, his name has not yet been released and thing, but this is, and we soon get to Kaka, because Kaka was also found in a guest house. Fabian, blessings, brother. I did a video about 2017, 2018, detailing the fact that many high-profile criminals and wanted men have been hiding out at guest houses and have been renting upscale apartments, especially in the affluent neighborhoods in the country. And many people are wondering now if some of these guest house owners may be complicit with certain things. I can't say that. I guess many times it's not even the owner of the guest house them who do the them look or something there, and sometimes the people them at the front desk and who do the bookings and stuff not even pay attention to certain things. So them probably just not even know sometimes. But the truth is that me don't mind say them do that, at least the police them know if you look now. You understand what I say? And thing. So as I said, I can't tell you specifically how many people have been released, but I know that I saw the article pop up, but I never read it because it was close to the stream time and I was running late already. That about 36 of them has been released. So apparently about 3 of them are still in police custody and thing. It is a new trend. Many of them still run up and down in a bush, but you have quite a few people who are believed to be involved in criminality. They are using these guest houses as, hiding place and safe havens, I guess, to treat with their life of crime. Speaking about guest house, Kaka, who is the man that disarmed a police officer and shot him with his own gun at the National Chest Hospital last week Friday, was captured at a guest house in Kingston St. Andrew area. I don't remember the name of the road, but I heard it since evening. I remember it. What I can tell you is that the policeman's weapon has not been secured. Them not find it yet. They said they're investigating. So Kaka, who was taken, his current name is Ricardo Richards, 31 years old. I know some people are saying it's not the same man and oh, him beat up so quick. Like, people don't even take the time out to think sometimes. It is obvious that the pictures that were released by the police were not recent pictures, but those were the pictures that they had on file. Zane, so the time that he escaped, apparently he was bearded. You see me? So people are saying it's not the same man and how him beard grows so fast. Peeps, make we use the head a liquor sometime. We don't need nobody to tell me certain things. It's just that the police them never have a recent picture of him and them something. how one man be that grow so fast in a 1 week? Talk it truth. Like, so apparently he was found. I think the police were in the general area on patrol, I think, or carrying out some operation when they got some information and investigation led them to the guest house where they found Kaka. You see the picture that they released, he has a bruise on his forehead. So look, I can get one lick, I don't know. But normally, many people are saying he's lucky to be alive because if it's some police, they want to kill him. If I was a wanted man, I would change my life and live a bush forever. Yeah, but they must say enough man I get caught a bush to, architect. You see me? So I guess it'll catch up on you eventually, man. You see me? And the truth is, let's face it, the police have been doing some sterling work in recent time. The police have always been doing good work, You understand? But based on the level of crime, and some of the successes that the police have, we still have to take time out and say big up to the police officers them are out there and do the do. You understand? Teach, talk like DJ. I do the do. You see the point? Because policing in Jamaica cannot be easy. I am not a police officer. And I can look at it and realize policing out there so can't be easy. So big up to the police officers them. The real police officers them. The man them were honest and them integrity intact. And the man them will live by the oath that them take to serve and protect. Zine, decent, law-abiding Jamaican citizen. I know enough people are say, yo, me not no reason for hate police. You understand? No police never do me nothing yet. See? And the truth is, no police never do nobody when me know nothing yet. Like that. When me I say, yo, Ray. I know that you have police officers who would have done many unforgivable things in this country. That is the truth. And then police have to go ahead. You understand? And we know we have some criminal police officers in the force. And we can get rid of them. See, but we have good police officers too, and big up to the good police officers them. I don't know about nobody else, but I appreciate you. You understand what I say? Me appreciate you. See, because you do some good work in a very hostile environment. See, you do some very good work with very limited resources in many cases. You understand? You do some good work for some superiors who are not sensible. You understand? Because some are superior than understand. But you do some good work. Big up on yourself. You understand? And despite the fact that out the road some mucky, you understand, and so much patrol out the road there, you still a step. And we give thanks. You understand? Say Shana, I big up Kevin there. Saying Sir Smooth and things. So yeah man, we have good police officers out there who do the thing. And I appreciate the ones them. You feel what I say? So I am not in the band where just get up and say me hate police. Me not hate police, me hate some of the things that my police do. You understand what I say? And thing. Police stop kill gunman. Me not think police stop kill gunman in a bra. I think that the number of fatal interactions between the police and gunmen has decreased, yes. With the inception of Indicom and all of them something there. But me not necessarily think that go on like still. You see me? Yeah man. But big up to the police officers them. Big up to the police officer them. We salute the ones them who are try serve and protect and who is upholding the codes and the vows of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Big up on yourself. It can't easy. You understand? It cannot be easy. Yeah man. So yes Rasta. 2 recording artists arrested in anti-lottery scam task force operation. Where will we go? The police say 2 men were arrested and charged with lottery scamming offenses during an operation in St. James today. They are 24-year-old Brian Price and 20-year-old Navarre Gale, both recording artists of Duckett's Road, Cambridge in the parish. They have been charged with possession of identity information with intent and possession of access devices. So it was earlier reported that members of the anti-lottery scamming task force carried out a special operation in the area, which resulted in the seizure of 2 firearms and 175 rounds of ammunition. So the police said 2 cellular phones and notebooks belonging to Price and Gale were analyzed and found to contain identity information of people residing overseas. They were subsequently arrested. In addition, the police said an adjacent open lot was searched, which led to the recovery of 2 Taurus 9mm pistols, along with 2 magazines containing 33 rounds and a plastic bottle containing 132 rounds. So I tell you, big up to the police there. Yeah? You see it? Jaja. Blessings in the breaking news. Hope it work for you still. Probably you should formulate your own still. Yeah, sir. But if you can't make it work, Rasta. Alright. Ah, boy. So we kind of get to the obituary part, I think, you know, so I only can embrace myself. See me? Yes. Yeah. So which one were they now? Blind amputee dies following chemical attack. Woman facing additional charges. Them say them are recording artist new wave. Then is that them say. Then I can't tell you what them never say. You see me? So a minute then. Check my some things. So, and listen to this in a piece. Blind amputee dies following chemical attack. Woman facing additional charges. The St. Thomas police say murder and other charges are pending against the woman who attacked a visually impaired amputee with a chemical substance as the victim recently succumbed to his injuries. The police say 66-year-old Lester Duhaney, a retiree of a retreat address in the parish, died at the Princess Margaret Hospital on Sunday, March 14, where he was admitted with second-degree burns. They say investigators are awaiting the autopsy report, after which Adriana Martin is expected to be charged. Martin, 58, of a Airy Castle address in the parish, remains in custody on a charge of assault occasioning grievous bodily harm, after being remanded when she reappeared before the St. Thomas Parish Court on March 12. She is scheduled to return to court on March 26, when the court will be informed of the latest development. The police had reported at about 4:30 p.m. on Friday, March 5th, Duhaney, who was visually impaired, had both legs amputated, received extensive burns from substance suspected to be caustic soda and urine allegedly thrown on him by Martin. Following the incident, Martin was taken into custody and later charged. The man is blind. The man is both legs. The man's 2 legs have been amputated. Him can't see. Him can't move. What could have motivated this woman to dose this man with this corrosive substance? the devil. When you think you have seen and heard it all, it turns out that you are wrong. Like, I would like to know what could have motivated this woman to. As me say, when you think you have seen and heard it all, boy, fa fraction, why something still throw you out, brother. Like the man blind, he's visually impaired, both legs amputated. This is a defenseless man. This man can't defend himself against nothing at all. Eh? So if it, I couldn't tell you any Empress Brown. I have no clue. You understand? No clue whatsoever. You remember the Empress that was killed while at church praying, Miss Andrea Low Garwood? So the sentencing hearing for the driver involved was postponed. The sentencing hearing for Leon Hines, the driver of the getaway vehicle used in the fatal shooting of 51-year-old the bank manager Andrea Low Garwood in Falmouth, Trelawney, was postponed in the Home Circuit Court on Friday. So the court was told that the social inquiry report, is still outstanding. Hines is now scheduled to be sentenced on the 19th of March. Reports are that he has signed a plea negotiation and agreement with the prosecution that was done last month and pleaded guilty to illegal possession of a firearm and accessory after the fact to murder. Hines will become a witness for the prosecution. He was held in Kingston hours after Mrs. Low Garwood was killed while at church on the 31st of January. She a 58-year-old in a new wave. The lady that is accused of doing, she is 58 years old. You see? Man pleads guilty to killing lover a week after she left him. I remember covering the story. I wish I had the pictures to put up because, well, you know they can't go because the green screen lean. A Manchester man who stabbed his ex-girlfriend to death a week after she ended their relationship and returned to her family home in Brinkley District, St. Elizabeth, has pleaded guilty to the murder. Jeremy Miller, a resident of Upton District in Hatfield, Manchester, also pleaded guilty to burglary. When he appeared in the St. Elizabeth Circuit Court on Tuesday, he is to be sentenced by presiding judge Justice Evan Brown on the 25th of March. Miller was remanded in custody until his sentencing date, and it was reported that the now deceased woman, 27-year-old Nivea Sinclair, ended her relationship with Miller and returned to her parents' home a week before her death. Now, further reports are that on Sunday, the 12th of January 2020, at about 11:50 p.m., Sinclair was at home with her parents when the parents heard screaming. When they checked, they saw Miller running from the house. The parents also found Sinclair in a pool of blood with stab wounds. She was taken to hospital where she was pronounced dead, and Miller was subsequently handed over to the police by his father. He was later charged. Tell you, Rasta. I tell you. I use that, tell you. Big up to the father. The real father them. Some father them protect him and try to hide him. Daddy should be more. Big up yourself, elder. Give thanks. You could have probably try with him too, and him just the girl said they wanna left. The girl left and go back home to her family. See? The girl left and go back home to her family. Feel what I say? She and her parents left home the Sunday evening to go somewhere, because I think it was a Sunday. And when they were away, he broke in the house and must hide under one bed or in a closet or somewhere. When the girl come home now, him attack her, kill her, run up and down like in Nanus. So you kill the girl. The girl life end, your life end. Then who win? Who win? So over one woman will left you, you will spend your life around 1,000,000 man. Then me can't understand. Murders past 300 after 74 days. I don't know if you read that fast, I don't know if you read it slow, I don't know if you read it with a medium speed. Murders past 300 after 74 days. I'm tired. Richie, what you do with youth? With 74 days gone, and this is earlier in a week, and then they kill people since then. With 74 days gone since the start of the year, the police have reported 303 murders across the island. This is 16 more, or 6% above the same period last year. The Crime Plague Division, since the start of 2021, continued to lead the police blotters, with St. James accounting for 38 of the killings, more than double the 16 recorded for the same period last year. But it is the St. Andrew South Police Division which has accounted for the most murders this year, with 40 people being killed. 40 people killed in a one geographical area, one police division in 74 days. 3 months and a couple days. Two months and a couple days, it's 3 months. Tamesia, I'm not sure if it's Tamika or Tamik. Oh, so it's Tamika. Met about Tamesia. Miss Whiteley, why rough rasta? The St. Andrew South Police Division covers more than 20 of the corporate area's most volatile communities, including sections of Maxwell Avenue, where a bloody gang conflict is playing out. The St. Catherine North Police Division, which covers Spanish Town, has been the theater for a deadly clash involving former friends who were members of the Klansman gang, and has recorded 32 murders to place it third on the list of the most murderous police divisions. The numbers show 57% increase in murders in St. Catherine North, where the relatively new bedbug gang has also been on a rampage. For the other major crimes, the police have reported a 3% increase in shootings this year, when compared to last year. And in the meantime, reported cases of rape is down 51%, while the category of robberies is down 17%. Upman's boss, blessings in the family, give thanks. Shauna said, give one a point. Teach, but if them kill out each other, that not bad. Only when innocent people end up dead. But you see, the problem is that now go on in a brother. Innocent people get caught up in the thing. I can't catch quack or me catch a shot mentality thing or go on to. You understand what I mean? I say, so ideally that would have been nice, but that's just not how the thing work. You understand what I mean? I say, so you know the thing go. Speaking about the man them where not stop. Blessings in the Lord, give thanks. Police searching for a boyfriend in fatal Spanish Town domestic dispute. Like I saw this, me get some clips, me didn't even bother look at it, cause more time the murder business, we can't bother with it. God no. The police say a search is ongoing for the boyfriend of 37-year-old Tamika Richards in connection with a fatal domestic dispute in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. An appeal has been made for a 27-year-old Raheem Woodhouse. Normally the man is younger in the relationship. Generally, I mean, you have relationship where older women are with younger men, but generally it is the other way around. But it's a 10-year difference. So an appeal has been made for 27-year-old Raheem, I think that's the pronunciation, Woodhouse, otherwise called Pops, of Martha Smith Lane, Spanish Town in the parish, to turn himself into the Spanish Town police. I don't know if he has done so. I can't say. He has been listed as a person of interest by the police in the investigations. Now, according to neighbors, Richards, who died after she was stabbed multiple times in the upper body, had indicated to her partner of 3 years that she was no longer interested in the relationship. Kind of same situation I play out in the article earlier. Concerned friends visited her home, which she shared with her two sons on Sunday about 6:30 a.m. after failing to get in contact with her. They reported that they forced open her bedroom door to find her lying on her bed in a pool of blood with multiple stab wounds. She was taken to the Spanish Town Hospital where she was pronounced dead. Now, two neighbors said that Richards and Woodhouse had been having a lot of problems in their relationship. Left. Aye, sir. Hold on, if someone call me them time, I just serious, so I have to call them. Bro, if you call me them time, I'm more serious. What happened? Oh, I stream it freeze up. No, man, the stream I go on, man. We don't know if freeze up on your side. Oh, you probably need to close it up. Yeah, man. Close it and open it up, man. I see you send a voice note, so when I done stream, I listen it. Oh, okay, alright. I talk to you a little more then. Alright. Yeah, peeps. Them things. A whole heap of fights, them fight regular. This minute them sour and the next minute them sweet, reveal Sharon Byfield, a visually impaired neighbor who lives on the ground floor of a two-story building where Richards and their two sons occupy the upper floor. She wanted him to leave and him not leave. She told him 3 weeks ago that she done because she can't bother with the whole heap of fuss and fight. Him all pop off her chain off her neck and crab her neck. Byfield said Richards, who is the mother of her cousin's child, is a quiet, nice person who loves to cook. Byfield's husband, Delroy, also spoke about the rocky relationship between the couple. Them fuss all the time. Him never live there, him come and go. When him come at night, him bang on the door hard, he stated. Friends and neighbors who gathered at the deceased woman's house on Sunday grieved openly and stressed that she did not deserve such a gruesome death. Stop the fighting so early in the morning. Stop the fighting. Don't disturb me when I'm sleeping. Stop the fighting. Peeps, if we're in a relationship, but then she try left a man to, boy, I don't even know Rasta. Cause I don't like she not try leave too. Brother, when the woman then say them done them, you wanna left me alone now, brother. Stop the fighting so early in the morning. As Amir would then go. What else to do? And know the sad thing, there will be more situations like these in the future. Eh? That is the sad thing. I have covered countless cases like these since I've started this YouTube thing in 2016. Not one, not 10, not 20, many. Now, him a run up and down. The youth them lose them mother. Him end for your life, mash up the youth them life, mash up film life. Brother, she said she done. Then go on, man. Yo. Boy, Kev. Boy, I don't do Rasta. We have to laugh. Good night, Lady Janelle. How are you? We move on, because night I come here. Condolences to the family of the Empress. Her children are now motherless. because of one man's selfishness. You see, teach them, a lot of us as men view sex as love when the truth. But brother, if you view sex as love, Finar, if I was viewing sex as love, I would have been so in love so many different times. I've been in love. I knew the score. And it looks like I'm never gonna fall in love. Infatuated. Infatuation. Our obsession, brother. And it all boils down to we ego. That is it, you know. We ego. We ego bigger than we. She can't left me. What you mean she can't left you? If I not mean she can't do with nobody, what you mean? Are you make her? I feel your pitney. Some women see the warning signs and turn a blind eye to it. But apparently Empress here so try to come out of the relationship. You understand? Because some women really see the signs and turn a blind eye, because them say look good in the man, so him goodness will come to the surface. Brother, you don't want no woman rasta. A woman is not your personal property. And I tell you, say you see this God complex. That is it. Many Jamaican men have developed this God complex. If me can't have her, nobody else can't have her. And me decide what she do and how she do it. And God, we are play about your Rasta. Be Empressy. Thanks so much for the contribution, Empress. Give thanks. But alright. We have some more sad story for cover, so I could move on. 4 shot, 2 fatally on Spanish Town Road. 4 men were shot during an attack along Spanish Town Road in Kingston on Tuesday. 2 of the men died. They have been identified as Jerome Robinson and Richard Evans. So the shooting happened about 6:30 p.m. in the vicinity of the Palm Grove housing scheme. Now, Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, head of the St. Andrew South Police Division, said the incident is linked to a gang feud between men from Joseph Road and Bottom Crescent and others from Brownsland and 33 Lane. He said the police have increased their presence in the area and are pursuing a number of persons identified as being involved in the gang feud. Different day, same story, innit? But you see, teach them dating failures, courtship failures result in the madness because, as you said, either party ignore the red side. But Finar, I can't tell you say that I have been involved in any deep dating and courting right through the course of my life. And me not do nobody pick me nothing, brother. You understand what I say? It's love me, love women, you know. I don't know about no brother, you know. But I love me, love women. And I always say, how do you harm the people them when you say you love woman and you say you are gallus? Zine and woman are the greatest thing God ever made. Then why you kill them? Why are you killing the woman? Why you abuse the woman them? But I understand that. I have never been able to figure that out. We say we love woman, but then we kill the woman them and go and live with man. As a man, we go and live with him. So when them eventually find him, he might get both. Well, him good as go plead guilty. That is the next thing, you know. All them man enough to get no chance of pleading no guilty and getting a reduced sentence and the rasta. It was for you, Lady Janelle. You love woman. Woman are the greatest thing God ever make. Yet still you kill the woman them and you gonna spend the rest of your life around man. Me can't work, my level of maths not so good for work out that. You understand? Me not get it. I don't get it. Big woman thing. Somebody tell me say as an educator you're not to say big woman thing. I say family, what you mean? Big woman thing, what you really mean? Eh? So because me as an educator, me can't be a human being. I cannot partake in the Jamaican vernacular dialect. Man say me not supposed to say big woman thing. I say what you really mean, brother. So man, me think there, big woman them. A people jack that, you know. Zin, because me is an educator. Like, Bridget, me is a human being. You see me I say? Me can't say big woman thing. I say me go to the woman, you know. Go to a big woman. Yeah, big woman is nice. Big woman thing, man. What you mean? Big up the big woman them. Big woman thing. More time, I see some comments, you know. I see some comments and I say, what people really find time to sit down and write them comments? I feel like things them. As an educator, you should not be saying big woman thing. I say family. I wasn't in a disrespectful mood that day still. Because I then probably say a few little things. But I say, no, brother. I have no issue with it and it stays. Like, you know, I'm going to win. I don't understand. Like, teachers are supposed to be human beings. What do you mean? What is wrong with saying big woman thing? Man killed, teen injured after gunmen opened fire on a bus in Kingston. Cartel have a song named, what is the song? Open Up the Door. And his, which album that? Vibes is King, I think that album. And there's a line in that song that says, wish me could have fly a moon on a spaceship, but mankind have got dead with the same shit. Can't fight it. Truer words have never been spoken. Wish me could have fly a moon on a spaceship, but mankind have got dead with the same shit. Sorry for the language. Can't fight it. Yes, Richie. Inna the bus. Inna the bus. Inna the bus. Inna the bus. A 30-year-old man was killed on Tuesday after a gunman opened fire inside a public passenger bus on Spanish Town Road. The deceased has been identified as Dennis Dixon. A 16-year-old student was also shot. Investigators reported at about 8 a.m. the bus, which operates between Waterhouse and downtown Kingston, stopped in the vicinity of Delacree Park to let off a passenger. The gunman entered the bus and started firing at a passenger. Mr. Nixon was shot and later pronounced dead at hospital. The teen has been hospitalized. Now imagine, you left your good yard. Work you good as a go, or the youth you go to school. The bus stop for let off somebody. And somebody come on pan the bus. Come open fire pan you innocent a go boy your nice job. Eh? You know you're not the Andre, me just know the song. You see me? Boy Richie, all when the whole of fox then come, if a man go up on a bus and just start shoot off our next man, that can't end well. I am surprised that only 2 persons got shot. You understand what I say? I am very surprised that only 2 people got shot. You're the man have things, and the man up on a bus. Me assume so them have things, because apparently at the estimate they did. I don't even know rest. I don't even know if it's a man who dead. Him go up on the bus to shoot up or somebody else and the man they get shot. This is the land of my birth. I am a born still for true. I'm not going to win about Jaja. The road mucky. Out the dirty. Norman Manley High School teacher, one of 2, killed at tire shop. I've been to tire shop many times, you know. Two men were shot dead at a tire repair shop along Spanish Town Road yesterday. Dead are assistant pastor and teacher at Norman Manley High School, Kedu Gaya, and the shop owner Richard Williams. The police are reporting that Gaya drove a white and silver Mitsubishi Pajero motor vehicle owned by his twin brother to the shop for repairs, and while there, a black Honda Stream motor car drove up. 3 men reportedly alighted from the Honda Stream and opened fire, hitting Gaya and Williams. The men then got back into the vehicle and drove away. Gaya died on the spot while Williams was transported by citizens to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. I'm not sure if I will live to see tomorrow. Living in Jamaica, we're full of conflicts and sorrows. Because bodies lay cold as gunmen strike bold. The wicked people work is taking off like an arrow. I wonder if I will see tomorrow. Living in this world of conflicts and sorrows. Bodies lay cold as gunmen strike bold. The wicked people work is taking off. I'm not afraid to die, but pray to live until death. It's not hard for you to guess what will happen next. Heartaches and pain, works of ungodliness. Enough don't know why them a live, that's why them have to hurt the flesh. Who are they? Tell me what they represent. I struggle with fear as an experience. So them do them dirty works, to which I resent. I know one but them a go face the consequence and build walls instead of bridges with ridicule and walls. But if you try the wrong road, Because the vessel of the iniquity never yet. I wonder. Jaja. I will see tomorrow. Living in this world of conflicts and sorrows. They are filled with Shannon. Over. So I have to seek myself away from the evil on the road they walk. Oh yes. There's some seeds of conflicts. Them want to see me trick, but that not go fester me heart. Because I dwell in Jaja's sight and do what is right. I don't have no enemies, and I am my brother's keeper. What have I done? Don't want to see me prosper. Jaja. Cushion them load as a naked baby. A drop is only sorrow the wicked have to offer. I wonder, I will see tomorrow. Sizzler has not written a better song than that song. Nobody can tell me nothing. Sizzler not write a small song in but none no better than that. For me. Double murder sparks fear of reprisal in Southside Central Kingston. There was a double murder in a section of Southside in Central Kingston on Tuesday, triggering fears that there will be deadly reprisals soon in the community. One of the deceased has been identified as a 52-year-old woman, Orthea Letman, and the other 30-year-old man identified only as Bigger. Reports are shortly before 10 a.m. on Tuesday, armed men approached a shop on Barry Street between Foster Lane and High Alban Street in the community. The men reportedly opened fire, hitting 3 persons. Bigger reportedly died at the scene, while Letman, who was affectionately called P, was rushed to hospital where she was pronounced dead. The police report said a 36-year-old woman was also shot and injured. Residents of the inner city community believe the double murder was a reprisal for a murder several weeks ago. Now, tensions have been high in the Parade Gardens community in recent months, with reports of an ongoing turf war there. Last year in September, 26-year-old Rasamigo McDonald, a laborer of Fleet Street in the community, was killed by armed men who escaped in a waiting motor vehicle. Hours later, in what is believed to have been a reprisal for McDonald's killing, gunmen attacked 26-year-old Dwayne Dunbar, otherwise called Killer, and a 21-year-old woman at the intersection of Barry Street and Maiden Lane. Both were killed. 6 months later, residents of sections of Southside are still cowering in fear as the feud has seen gangsters targeting their opponents in a deadly game of tit for tat. Cowering. Really? I've said this word so many times. Turf war, alright. Turf war, leaving many scars. Turf war. Turf war. Turf war. Boy, DJ Casey, it just drain the energy, brother. Believe me when I tell you that. Like, Mobile men found murdered in car abandoned in St. Andrew. Like, I have all of them picture here about Jaja. The police are now probing the murder of two men in the St. Andrew Central Division. So the bodies of the men with bullet wounds were found in a Toyota motor car on Maple Leaf Avenue in St. Andrew about 3:30 p.m. on Thursday. One of the bodies was in the trunk of the car and the other in the back passenger seat. Residents called the police after seeing the car abandoned. Bloodstains were on one of the back doors and the back bumper. Residents say around 3 hours before the discovery, they saw the car traveling on the adjacent road. A motorcyclist and a pillion were driving closely behind. Investigators have so far concluded that the car and the slain men are from Montego Bay in St. James. Grandson held in senior's death after mystery hole stumped residents for weeks. When Andrews, so his name is Andrews, think he's called Oh Lord. So it's Andrew Oh Lord Andrews. Strange. This feeling I'm feeling. Oh, your love we will always believe in. Though you may think my faith is in vain. When Andrew, oh Lord Andrews, grandson dug a hole and placed a sculpture of two bodies beside it, residents of Mount Ogley in St. Andrew were baffled. Little did they know it was an omen for what was to come. The grandson was yesterday arrested after remains believed to be Andrews were discovered in a shallow grave in his backyard. Andrews, 62, had been reported missing since February 7th. But it was when he reportedly confessed to burying his grandfather in their backyard that investigators got a major breakthrough in Andrews' sudden disappearance. About 4 months now, him dig the hole up on my place. I always see him sit down. Him never talk to me yet. One morning after the rainfall, me see him sit down out there, and that me see. It's strange, yes, but me never did a pre said that, the property owner said. Them always in a war, but nobody knew he would do that. The property owner said that he was disturbed by the sight of the hole with the figures. I moved it because I was doing construction. I didn't see it. So I dug up the man them. He said, adding that he believes that the grandson had been planning something. Andrew's grandson reportedly took cops to the site of the shallow grave on Wednesday, telling them that he had buried his grandfather. Hey, Tony Shea, it's good to see you, Empress. Yesterday, as crime scene investigators worked to exhume the body, Andrews' mother and daughter, along with curious community members, looked on anxiously. Andrews' mother and daughter watched with depressed looks on their faces from the veranda of the house in which they lived with his mother as crime scene investigators conducted the exhumation. His eldest daughter said she had a headache and had not been hoping to find her dad, who was made redundant after working at a nearby factory for years in this state. He stopped working and did farming. He got a little work now and then, she said, describing him as a great dad. Stumped that her nephew could have killed Andrews, she could not find the words. I don't know what to say, she said forlornly. Neighbors said that they knew very little about the suspect. We just see him come and stay with him. But him and him couldn't agree. And him send him away. So it looked like him come back, one neighbor said. Another said that since the grandson was occasionally seen at the house, him digging a hole did not arouse suspicion. Them see him a dig. Nobody now pay him no mind. It coming like something him plant. Or something him a plant, said the neighbor. A strong odor which poisoned the air, especially when the wind blew, also did not alert them to the tragedy that had unfolded. It took roughly 2.5 hours and a team of 6 crime scene excavators to unearth the decomposed remains. Some bones were found in a neighboring yard. We only retrieved the upper body from that grave, so we will be taking that into evidence, the investigator said. We saw a situation where on Friday night we covered a story where a man killed his father in Portmore, St. Catherine. Two security guards shot, one fatally in Portmore Credit Union robbery. So I covered that story. I have seen CCTV footage of one of the security guard giving chase and he retreated, obviously being shot. I have not gotten a clean version of that CCTV footage because you know the man them stay up on social media. As them get a video, them splash them watermark, like a them record it. I'm gonna use them video there. My video them have a clean family. So I've not gotten that clean because I was planning to do a follow-up video, but because I'm not getting it, just leave it alone. You know, when I really rush certain things, just keep it moving. We saw where a security guard was killed after him and 2 of his colleagues were shot and injured in Santa Cruz. Seeing now where another security guard has lost his life in the line of duty. And as me I said, these men are hardworking men who would have left their families at home and went out in a bid to earn for their family. And Tony, you just come, I want to tell us so we just in a make like sad news section. See, that video would have shed light on the situation as best as the information was available at the time. There was a follow-up article giving an eyewitness account. I'll share that one. Yeah. An Haweye security guard died valiantly while responding to a robbery in progress at the public sector employee cooperative credit union. I not even know what credit union name. So. At the Caribbean Estate Housing Development in Portmore on Tuesday. An eyewitness said that 4 gunmen were involved in the robbery. One of them was shot by another Haweye guard as they escaped. It also stated, well, it all started when one man came in. He went to the cashier. Another one came in right after him. And the one that was talking to the cashier came over and put his gun at a security guard's neck and disarmed him. An employee who requested anonymity said. The duo then let in their cronies. 2 of the robbers then leapt over the counter and demanded money. It's like a movie. After emptying cash from a container, the assailants sought for someone to open the safe. But according to the employee, the person who had the keys to the safe was not present. They started roughing us up, saying we have money. Then one turned and asked the guard, where the money there? And he told him that the security people took it from 12, the eyewitness said. An armed response guard from Haweye entered the credit union, but he was accosted and taken into an office. The gunmen met him at the door and disarmed him and took him into the office. So when the next one come in, they shot him right away at the entrance, the eyewitness said. The employee, who was obviously shaken while relating his story, said that the Haweye response officer who had been held at gunpoint in the office had another firearm. He opened fire, hitting one of the men. All 4 robbers ran from the building, firing wildly as they made their escape in a car that was parked nearby. The car was later found along the Spanish Town bypass, and the security guard, whose name was withheld, was pronounced dead. Well, one of them was pronounced dead at the Spanish Town hospital. But then again, Matthew, probably if they had gone in numbers, probably all of them would have been shot too, so who knows? Former Petrojam general manager arrested and charged for aiding and abetting. I think I did this video as well. So former general manager of the scandal-scarred Petrojam oil refinery, Floyd Grindley, was arrested and charged on Tuesday, the 16th of March, with 8 counts of aiding and abetting obtaining money by means of false pretense. Grindley's arrest and charge came a week after former chairman of Petrojam, Dr. Percival Badu Singh, was slapped with charges of 12 counts of obtaining money by false pretense. According to Mocha, allegations are that between December 2016 and May 2018, Grindley aided and abetted Badu Singh in fraudulently claiming several reimbursements amounting to US $73,620. Is it? But the long and short of the story is that when Badu Singh was arrested, when Grindley were arrested, they were granted bail forthwith, probably a privilege bestowed upon the more fortunate among us. Their travel documents were seized eventually. Initially, I should say, but when they went to court, the judge ordered that they be given back their travel documents as no flight risk was deemed. They both pleaded not guilty to the fraud charges. So the court okays travel privileges for ex-Petrojam duo. I dare say that if it was somebody like me who was in the situation and my travel documents were seized, I am sure that they would not have been given back to me so quickly. And it begs the question again about equity or the lack thereof within the Jamaican society. I remember when Royal Reid and Fritz Pinnock and co were arrested, they were given bail immediately. And we have men who have spent 40, 50 years in the prison system in Jamaica without facing trial. Men have died in this country in prison, having served 30, 40, 50 years without once facing trial. You have people among us who would have spent months in jail before being granted bail for similar situations too. Man pick Aki. Man found with a spliff. Mario Dean was beaten to death after he was arrested for possession of a spliff. And these two fellows with name and fame, immediate bail, travel documents seized, travel documents returned. And these are some of the reasons why people don't have faith in the system. Because there is no equity. And the truth is, and even though we try to go around it sometimes, there are two justice systems in Jamaica. One for the rich, one for the poor. That is the truth. And if you're not known or you don't know some people, dog, name your supper. While if you're known and you know some people, everything good. Anything you do, I mean, there's a way of getting around it. The two former Petrojam bigwigs facing fraud charges, and I now say the man them guilty, All me I say is that there should be equity and uniformity in the dispensation of the rule of law in the country. That's all me I say, brother. The two former Petrojam bigwigs facing fraud charges in relation to allegations, to alleged fictitious travel claims have been given the green light by the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court to fly without restrictions. Why not? The accused, former GM Floyd Grindley and former chairman Percival Badu Singh, however, had their $400,000 station bails increased to $5 million each with one or two sureties. 400,000 station bail, man, then get, wasn't it? Alright, so they've increased it to 5 billion. Yo, spread out, tell me long time, Spread out, I say, yo, teach. The world are level, Spread out, big up yourself. Big up spread out. A long time you tell me say run a level party. Yeah, sir. Richie, my donkey and you skin out, my lad. My donkey and spread out. How much time I tell you that? The men who reside and work in the United States had, through their lawyers, beseeched Chief Parish Judge Chester Crooks to use his discretion and not to ground them as part of their bail conditions because their jobs and families would suffer. But taxpayers not for suffer. Taxpayers can suffer. But for them not for suffer and for them family, okay. But them alright. Everything good. The lawyers had also emphasized that their clients had demonstrated that they were not a flight risk by voluntarily traveling to the island to be arrested and charged after initiating contact with the police when they learned late last year that they were persons of interest. Consequently, Crooks, in offering them bail in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Thursday, ordered that their travel documents be returned. He, however, warned the accused men not to visit Petrojam or its affiliate offices or contact any of the witnesses in the case. The men are to return to court on May 14th. The defense lawyers made the application on Monday for the judge not to restrict their client's movement after the prosecution had expressed concerns that the men had been granted bail without any conditions and that they did not reside on the island. The Crown had asked for reporting conditions as well as for the men to surrender their travel documents with a stop order in place. Now, Judge Crooks had ordered the men to surrender their travel documents but had asked them to return to court on Thursday for him to make a decision about their bail amount and additional conditions. Attorney at law, Bert Samuels, who is representing Badu Singh, and who spoke on behalf of both accused men, again urged the court to bypass the travel restrictions. He said the prosecution had not presented any facts to indicate the necessity of restricting the accused men's travel privileges. At the same time, he said the case could not be tried in under a year based on the size of the file and the number of witnesses involved. Are we going to ask these gentlemen to remain away from their jobs when their conduct is exemplary? Exemplary conduct, bombard. Yeah, right. Meanwhile, the judge reiterated that it was not the intention of the court to impose any restrictions on the men that would have them exposed to the coronavirus. But Judge Crooks, after issuing instructions for the men's travel documents to be returned, warned that their movements could be restricted if and when the matter goes to trial to facilitate the smooth running of the proceedings. All right. We will see. Elephant Man to return to court on April 28th on immigration charges. Well, I'm going to charge him $100. Or not, I don't know. Dancehall artist Elephant Man, who reportedly lied to immigration authorities, about his trip to Belgium, which was on the list of countries for which Jamaica had imposed travel bans, is to return to the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on April 28th. The mentioned date was set on Wednesday when the entertainer appeared in court with his attorney Christopher Townsend. The lawyer disclosed that he has received disclosure in the matter and will peruse the file. The entertainer, who was christened O'Neill Bryan, is facing charges of making a false declaration and false volunteer declaration. He is charged along with Kevin Shields, a disc jockey who was traveling with him at the time of the incident. Now, bail for both accused were extended by Chief Parish Judge Chester Crooks. No, we don't know the rest of the situation. You can't bother get into all of that. So, Elephant go back to court April 28th. Beanie Man pleaded not guilty to his situation. He go back to court soon too. So, I don't know. Yeah, son. Nesbeth. A man who has been plagued with multiple tragedies throughout his life is currently facing another, where his road manager, Roland Drummond, somebody who I have met. So when I interviewed Nesbeth, he was on set, very polite gentleman, very intelligent as well. He was shot and injured in Portmore. First, let me clear up this. I think there's a video circulating on social media purporting to be of Mr. Drummond. Even though I've not gotten first-hand confirmation that it is not, I will go out on a limb and say it is not. That man in that video is a dead man. Mr. Drummond is still alive. My understanding, based on the information that I have been privy to, is that he was traveling in the Portmore area in the vicinity of Ascot High School, and he heard some noise under his vehicle and stopped to check. So apparently he stooped down and was checking under the vehicle to see what was the situation. When he looked up, there were a group of men, not sure how many, that had pounced. I don't know exactly what transpired during that time, but my understanding is that tussle ensued and Mr. Drummond is a licensed firearm holder. I don't know if he tried to pull his weapon or what, but he was shot in the face, and I don't think he was even in his car when he was shot. So that video that is circulating, I don't know who came up with that saying it's Mr. Drummond. You understand? But I will go out on a limb and say that is not him. That man in that video cannot be alive. You understand? And based on the information I have, he was outside his vehicle when he was shot because he stopped to check under the vehicle. So they shot him in the face and his license firearm was stolen. As a matter of fact, I can go further. my information suggests that he was shot. I think he was shot through his mouth more than his. I know there are reports saying that he was shot in the forehead, but that is not the information that I have really. But my information may not be accurate either. So I don't know. See? So yeah. But I sincerely hope that Mr. Drummond will pull through. As I said, he's a gentleman that I met. I don't know him like that. I met him only once, and that was on the set of Nesbeth's interview. Zane and thing. Very intelligent man, very articulate, and as I said, very polite and thing. So I don't know, star. I don't know, star. Yeah, man. Right. So him face can be anywhere, you know. You understand? So, right. It's sad, Rasta. Guns out this morning. Gunman coming again. Guns out this morning. Question, when will it end? Guns out this morning. The whole place covered in blood. Guns out this morning. It was about what o'clock, Wendy? Jaja. No, but it depends on how you get the shot in your forehead. You can get a graze shot, instead of direct, Garfield. But I suppose, man, I get a shot in the end and still live, man. So, I think. But that video is not. I don't even know if that video is of a Jamaican origin. You understand? So, I don't know. I just hope that Mr. Drummond, OC Jummy, that is what he is generally called. If you pay attention to the Nesbeth interview, you would hear him in the background a couple of times, especially when he was referring to the Prime Minister. When Nesbeth was referring to the Prime Minister, he was telling Nesbeth to say, what that again? The right honorable or the most honorable, one of them. I don't even remember them like that. You understand? So, yeah. And we have another weapon out there in the hands of. I'm happy that Mr. Drummond is still alive. As I said, I hope. I messaged Nesbeth again this morning, haven't received a response, and understandably so. But I had messaged him yesterday as well, and he said that Jomi was hanging on in there and stuff, and see me, we never want a long, deep conversation because I think you understand. You have to be considerate in these times, and it's not like I was in search of any information about the situation from Nesbeth either. I was in a meeting the other night in relation to young Reggie, and the personnel in the meeting were, from the music industry, so they were relating this even before it reached into the media. So I got that information before it became news. So, yeah. Mavada's son and his co-accused sentenced to life in prison. Dante Brooks, now 18 years old, son of dancehall artist Mavado, has been sentenced to life in prison for the 2018 murder of Lorenzo Thomas, he must serve 22 years before he may become eligible for parole. It's 22 to life, I suppose. He was also sentenced to 15 years for arson and 20 years for illegal possession of firearm. The sentences will run concurrently. Brooks' co-accused, 26-year-old Andre Hines, was also given a life sentence for the murder and must serve 17 years before being eligible for parole. He was also given 15 years each for arson and illegal possession of firearm. I guess his sentences will run concurrently as well. The sentences were handed down in the Home Circuit Court on Friday afternoon, March 19, by Justice Lane Pusey. Now, both Brooks and Hines got discounts for time already spent in custody. I think they have been in custody for 2 years plus now. Well, almost 2 years, because it would have been June 2018. Yeah, over 2 years, man. Right. Right. No notification went out for this darn video. They had received guilty verdicts for murder, illegal possession of firearm, and arson on Wednesday, the 27th of January. The two were arrested and charged in connection with the home invasion and killing of Lorenza Thomas in the St. Andrew community of Cassava Peace on the 5th of June 2018. Prosecutors led evidence that Brooks and Hines were among 5 men who entered the house and shot Thomas before leaving pushing his father into another room. Thomas's killers attempted to sever his head, but aborted the plan because the machete was too dull. They then poured gasoline on the house and the body before setting both on fire. And prosecutors relied on the eyewitness testimony of Thomas's father, who indicated that he knew his son's killers from the community. Level 100, you know, we don't do that language something still. We kind of try to keep it thing on our level still. Yeah, but, you know what I mean? And you're there on regular enough to know that to broski. You see me? So, normally we remove them comments, but just keep it thing, you know, on a level, bro. You know what I mean? Give thanks. My father just lost his mother, I should say. Now he has lost his son. Some people argue that he has lost his son long before now, but technically speaking, yeah. Also, the lead attorney in the trial was Peter Champagny, and I dare say, if based on all the things set now, if Peter Champagny can't get it off, I don't know that another lawyer in the country would be able. Maybe KD night, but KD now will do criminal law, I guess. So, what am I to say? It is really and truly sad. You understand? For say a local youth, we could really and truly become anything he want, money not hindering him becoming a convict. I have spoken about this at length. What's there to say, really? Other than the fact that these entertainers and their associates need to take heed and pay attention to the fact that when an entertainer or somebody who is affiliated with them go in front of the court and they are found guilty, a life sentence. Ninja Man, Vibes Cartel, Sean Storm, Kyra Jones, Andre St. John, Dante Brooks. And level 100, that is assuming that he is released early. Remember, he has to do 22 years, you know. He never said, you serve 22 years and you come out of jail, you know. become eligible for parole after serving 22 years. So the maths may not add up because it means as the 22 year done, he will be freed. It just say you become eligible to seek parole. Ah, boy. A young life wasted. I know there's still people out there debating his innocence. I ain't gonna get into that. The courts have found him guilty. He has been convicted. His lawyer said that they will appeal. Let's see what the appeal process, how it goes. As I say, I now get into this and that and whatnot. And you understand what I say? It is just, as a parent, to see a child just waste away like that. A child who had the resources to pursue anything he wanted in this life. Anything at all. Because his father had the wherewithal. You understand? And apparently he chose and he now has to live by the choices that he has made. Sad. Peeps, I don't know. I don't know. Just let me give you a little update. Let me see if I can find a video. I did it. Boom.
My name is Reggie Joseph. This is my mother, Vanessa Williams Morgan. I have been diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. We are currently in Cuba receiving treatment, but due to the fact I need a bone marrow transplant at the end of the treatment, we will have to raise funds. So please help me fight.
He has stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, that's cancer of the lymphatic system. The type of treatment that he is receiving is the autologous bone marrow transplant. We're grateful for any assistance that can be given to us. Right now, we are out of funds, and we are in Cuba and out of funds, and we need the money to continue his treatment as we try to raise as much as we possibly can. We're asking you, we're begging you, please, and we're just asking, however that you can help, however possible, please help me save my son.
I am a bright little boy with a very bright future. Please help me fight. God bless you.
I'm gonna play that again.
My name is Reggie Joseph. This is my mother, Vanessa Williams Morgan. I have been diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. We are currently in Cuba receiving treatment, but due to the fact I need a bone marrow transplant at the end of the treatment, we will have to raise funds. So please help me fight.
He has stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, that's cancer of the lymphatic system. The type of treatment that he is receiving is the autologous bone marrow transplant. We're grateful for any assistance that can be given to us. Right now, we are out of funds, and we are in Cuba and out of funds, and we need the money to continue his treatment as we try to raise as much as we possibly can. We're asking you, we're begging you, please, and we're just asking, however that you can help, however possible, please help me save my son.
I am a bright little boy with a very bright future. Please help me fight. God bless you.
So on Sunday night, we kind of dedicated that live call-in stream to young Rajay Josephs and his fight against stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. As you would have heard, they are in Canada, they are in Cuba receiving treatment. The proposed cost for the treatment is some 56,000 US dollars. The GoFundMe campaign, when we streamed on Thursday and Sunday, was at 13,000 something on Monday. When I checked earlier today, it was close to $19,000. So it is growing, and we give thanks for that. But they are still in need. As I told, they have been reaching out to some of my, some of the people that we call friends now in the entertainment industry. Still waiting on some people. The people who would have, pushed out strongly so far is the Anointed Foundation, that is Bugle's Foundation. So I met with them on Wednesday night via a virtual meeting, and the team that spoke, they were thinking about a virtual concert, but the logistics are doing that now and all of that is probably a roadblock and stuff. So they have decided to go about it in other ways, primarily leaning on the corporate entities that normally work along with the foundation. So they asked me to get a video from Reggie and his mommy, to just detail the situation and stuff. I got a 2 minutes and 39 seconds video. I would have rearranged that video, cut it, I think it's 1 minute and 20 seconds and thing. And because Rajay would have spoken at the front, you say Rajay closed it, so I kind of chop up and make the video get a local vibe and thing. I hope I'm not getting a copyright strike now then, because the track in the background is the instrumental for Shaggy, Girl You're My Angel. For some strange reason, I just think that it kind of, get a little vibe, but fingers crossed. So I'd have sent off the video to Bugle's team, and they are doing their thing. Some other people have said they are willing to, but we're trying as best as possible. Many people, and I must take the opportunity to say thank you to all those individuals who have pledged to the GoFundMe campaign, pledged over on PayPal, and who take the time out of them day to go Western Union, send the money, send the receipt them so we can forward them on. So when I get the receipt, I forward them to Scotty, who forward them to the family. So it's one whole dynamics at play and things. So big up to the people them. Still far ways away, but we give thanks. At least funding link, please. I say we can draw them up. At least people have been giving, and the treatment can be ongoing. You understand? So on behalf of the family, as I said, I've never met any of the family members, but on behalf of the family, I really and truly appreciate my people them coming on board and trying to help. I appreciate You understand what I say? If you know say I can call on answer the call. Sound like a West Indies cricket advertisement. But that is the GoFundMe link that I just posted there. And the PayPal link is accessed through this email address. That's jovan.walker@gmail.com. So those are the links. For the persons who are interested in going the Western Union route, they haven't been blocked from Western Union yet, I hope, because there are a lot of people who have used that route. If you reach out to me, I can give you the information for the family as well and things. So also in the video, I think I'll probably post the video on the channel as well. The banking information is there for Miss Vanessa Williams Morgan. She is Reggie's mommy and things. So please, big up on yourself. I appreciate the ones them for shooting out. Speaking with Scotty on Monday, she said that, she is of the view that we should make it, a monthly thing, once a month, to identify somebody out there who has a genuine issue and is in need of help, probably medically, and as a family, we dedicate one stream of the month to those people. I have absolutely no issues with that. And think very good initiative. We kind of start up a little thing like that one of them time, and we used to, do some things to a few people, but with work and the channel and everything else, sometimes it just get. So Scotty has decided to take on that. So you can look out for that in the future. And thing. So yeah, peace. We're there. Well, I give thanks. I appreciate the one them. Zane and thing, cause as I always say, I want to make this possible. You see me? Big up on yourself. Stream again Sunday. We have some other things to talk about. Interview Tuesday. Who for interview Tuesday? I don't even remember, My friends at the Johnny P interview and the Yasa Safari interview them unusable. I don't know when I'm going to reshoot them because Johnny P left the country shortly after the interview. He has agreed to reshoot the interview whenever I come back. Yes, us now the way out of one place, run one part, run St. Elizabeth. So I don't know when that will happen. Yeah, I saw it go, but I don't know. This week, I good as Benji Myers, I thought that, Lord. It should be Benji. We'll see. Interview Tony Mataran. One of them there. I don't think Maggie there yard neither. I don't think Maggie there. Hey, Maggie would have contributed greatly to the music down the years. We don't have no issue with that. You understand? From King of these days come right through. Hey, go and wait for Killer Ellie then. Wait already. Zane. Killer interview, and as I've said this before, is an interview where I'm not even interested enough a rush. When it happens, it just happens. You understand? Natural vibration, just the right timing, no rush. Ellie now, we'll see. If he's interested, sure. If not, we'll keep it moving. You understand? Yes. Neither here nor there. Peeps, big up on yourself. Give thanks. Appreciate the ones them. You understand? I guess that is the interview where people ask me for most. When you interview Killer, then when me interview Killer, who me interview after? You know, I'm not in a rush. And Killer do an interview not so long ago with the Andy where and make that go and see me too. You understand what I say? So that's the next thing. You see it? So, I am not as anxious as many people are about that. It's just a matter of time. And when the time is right. You understand? Nothing to beat right timing. You see me? So, I'm not going to rush that because people are clamor for it. Like, him just do an interview recently. You see me? Terror. Yeah, many people say terror. Many people don't understand terror situation. You understand? While terror may be able to hold a 5-minute conversation, having a 1.5, 2 hour reason may be a challenge on many days. So it is just when the time is right. As I said, Terror Fabulous is really and truly one of my dream interviews. So hopefully I get that done one day. But the situation is the situation. I respect the situation. I respect the process. You understand? Everything just take a little time. You understand? Some things they just not rush. Some things just happen naturally. It's a natural energy and a natural vibration. And just that time date for happening. You understand? So, I know say everybody wants to see them favorite artists. But sometimes some things just take a little time. You see me? I say we are going to try to interview everybody. But we can't interview everybody one time. You understand? I just say thing. Peace. Big up on yourself. You understand? Sasko, I guess that is just a matter of time. Spraga should have been done already, but never happened. So maybe whenever he's in Jamaica again, I don't know. We'll see. One of them things. We'll just keep it moving on. Peeps, big up on yourself. Good night. I think it's Benji Myers Tuesday. That interview is slightly different from what you're used to. Because, Benji is kind of, he is immunocompromised. So we kind of have to take some, precautions and make sure, say, so the whole setup where you're used to with both of us on one camera is kind of different. Let me tell you that from early. Yeah, but, Benji, one of the greats. Peeps, big up on yourself. Give thanks. Appreciate the support. Zane, as you realize, Junior Gang, I would love that Jamaican paradise. You understand? In my opinion, the Marley with the real talent outside of his father. I mean, I say the rest of man them now have talent, and I couldn't say that. But the real talented, naturally gifted Marley after his father. My views. You understand? That would be awesome. One of them time. If Gang so chooses, I would be very happy. You understand? So we just out there keep a thing on the level. I remain humble and, you know what I mean, just one at a time, one day at a time. I have not done any interviews this week because, you know, Scotty did kind of not sure of her status and she did kind of in a quarantine and them something there because she may have been exposed. So, you know, I think, and the whole team out, nobody no left out when we are going road. You understand? So, we just decided to put a pause on the thing until she's okay. Or we're sure that she's okay. You understand? Because you don't know what go. Peeps, soon on Sunday, 8:30, make it a date and don't be late. You know, don't look for it, get book for it. Drix, yeah man, it's been a while. Hope all is well with you and the family. This is me, Barrington, Levy and Rich's. just give it things some time, man. Just some time. One of them time. Barrington Levy, I've tried. Just let me put it that way. I've tried, it hasn't happened. Richie Spice, I left school one day to do the interview. I call Richie from them time till now, I not get him. I don't need to get into that. Hopefully one next time, we'll see. I broke my neck for certain things these days still. But you know what I think, we just keep it moving. Yeah, some things work out, some don't work out. And I have to give you all of the history. Just know that some of these interviews are not as easy as people think, as you think. I always tell people not sitting out of my gate. I wait for me interview with them. You understand? Some of these interviews, they happen and as I said, just trust the process. You understand? And one of the things that I tell people, you have to also remember that teach them is not a Winford Williams or Anthony Miller yet. So some people are still not too inclined to, you know, but the thing I build, the thing I grow. You understand? Kaka crow. The name out the door. You understand? The thing kind of up on a level, you know, too low. You see me, I say? Yeah, man, sun a shine. Out the door, now snow. We now stay one place. The boat are row. Peeps! Walk good. Step with Jack. You understand what I say? See you travel upon the gravel. I love you now. I'm out.
Thank you for tuning in. Like the stream before you go. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Remember to share the stream with your family and friends and browse the channel for more amazing content. Until next time, walk good, my friends.
Teach them! Hey, yo, hello! Send the message and make it reach them. It's Teach Them, right here. Warlord representing.